one red, pour out the Jameson for ancestors to swig.
You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes. You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes.
Thank you for tuning to the Black Fathers Initiative of Cleveland YouTube page. Really appreciate the love. Make sure you guys click the link in the bio, like, subscribe. You know what to do. So, once again, I'm back. You know what we do here on this channel. We talk about black love, black relationships, black fatherhood, just trying to better the black community in general. So, with this one, as well as, have some conversations, drop some comments. I do like reading the comments. I do reply to comments as well. So, if you guys agree or disagree with some of the things that I may say during the conversation, like I say, drop a comment. I'll be more than happy to reply to you. So in this one, we got a feminist pretty much, and this is just the audio, no video, but a feminist pretty much just putting kind of like the blame on men for there being a reason, a lack of dating or a lack of, of relationships out here. So let's just get to it, see what she talk about.
So let me get my hair ready. How you doing? Go ahead, unmute yourself.
Not the bang. The bang.
Unmute yourself.
Whoa. No, not the bang. The bang.
That's what Kevin Samuels is probably doing. He's probably like this.
Unmute yourself. There you go.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, hi.
Oh my gosh. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21 years old. Single or married? I'm assuming single.
Single, yes.
All right. Do you think modern women understand how bad things have really got?
Truthfully, I think modern women do. I want to ask you if you think
Here we go.
that we understand
Hell no.
how bad fun. No.
Absolutely not.
I
think that most women think that things are bad for many women, just not them. I don't think that they realize that they are them.
Okay. I think that's like a deflection. Like that's just something that women say. Like in a conversation, say the women that get on your podcast and they're communicating with you, taking that accountability and saying, yeah, I'm one of those women. I think that just is like a fight or flight response to the question.
I don't think many women are self-aware. I have done this for over a year, and most women have not even thought about the math that it would take to raise 3 children and be a wife.
Oh, no, absolutely.
How else can you get almost 99% of the women coming up on my platform and wanting men making $100,000 or more, $200,000 or more? There are just not that many men. But yet, just like I asked a lot of women, where do you rank yourself? And they're all 8s. I'm like, well, if Beyonce's an 8, you're an 8. I think most women don't realize that they are part of the problem. How long have you been watching my platform?
R.I.P. the Godfather, Kevin Samuels.
You muted yourself, probably.
Boy was good at what he did,
Wait,
man.
I can't see you.
Yeah, that's okay. How long have you been watching my platform?
Throwing me off. I've known of you for like a year, and I've watched a few of your podcasts.
Okay. Well, if you watch about at least 5 of them, you'll start to see a through line. There's a high level of denial and delusion. So at your age, maybe your peer group is a lot smaller, and it doesn't matter what side of the country, what time zone, even really what generation. There's a through line that relationships are difficult, and many modern women don't have the skills to do long-term relationships.
We're talking about modern women in this country, in the United States, or in
Well,
in the United States.
First world countries.
In this country, that's all.
This country. I personally feel like we haven't been taught those skills. So,
your mother and father married?
Were my mother and father married?
Mm-hmm.
My mother and father were divorced when I was 4, and then I grew up with my stepfather. They've been married.
Who was supposed to, if you were to learn those skills, who was supposed to teach you?
My mother and my father. My father, in relation, it's specifically about how to communicate with men and deal with men. My father should have taught me those skills.
Facts.
Okay. And to learn relationship skills, you're supposed to learn them from your father?
And my mother and my father.
Who's primary?
Mother.
Right. So if you didn't learn it, who dropped the ball? Mothers or fathers?
My mother.
Mothers are the first teachers of their children. So even if I say,
I wouldn't blame.
Grant the argument that you weren't taught. Women have always taught women of the group how to be
women,
wives, and mothers.
True.
So now women are teaching women how to get jobs. The broadcast I do on Friday, the sister-daughter broadcast, and when I drop the dime and tell most women that the big problem most women have today is they can't check their mother. They won't hold their mothers accountable because their mothers failed them.
Right.
That doesn't mean you don't love your mother, but if your mother taught you how to get out here and hustle and this and that, but she didn't teach you how to get along with the very men that you would like to couple with, because fathers don't teach you that. Fathers teach you what a man's supposed to do. Mothers are supposed to teach you how to serve and cooperate with that man through what she does. So in the West, this is the issue because of womanism, feminism, or anything else. In other countries where that leans more patriarchal, you still see some of these things. Go ahead.
So now we're in the situation where the mothers have failed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say that a percentage of our male population has failed as fathers. I don't know how you feel about that statement.
I think failed as fathers how?
Fathers
not
weren't
being
in the
around,
households
the
either.
deadbeat dad.
Excuse me, are you talking about black men?
Talking about black men.
Okay, that's absolutely wrong according to the data and the facts. Black men, 51% of black men, 54% of black men are single and childless, 61% are in the middle class. According to the CDC, black men are statistically the best, most involved fathers in the country. The absolute facts and data have disproven this BS. The facts and data have disproven this over and over again. This is stuff that black women say to discredit black men.
Could it have been true in like
Excuse me. This is why you have so many non-black women.
Well, I agree with that, but I also feel like it really boils down to your specific situation as well as your perspective, because I think a lot of women feel that way because they know a lot of women who have children who have deadbeat dads. So of course, most women are gonna, if they look around and they see that most of their friends and most other women that they know, fathers and aren't in the picture, then of course a woman is gonna feel as though, hey, fathers aren't being, the best fathers they can be. Now, granted, like Kevin said, the data may show that, yes, black men are great fathers, and I know for a fact we are definitely stepping it up and being better fathers, but we can't deny that, at one point in time, maybe not now, today, but at one point in time, due to the systematic construct of, the things that they put in our communities, it's definitely a lot less men in the household, as well as there are a lot less fathers taking responsibility for their kids. You know, I know stories, I've heard stories from women about men who just walk away from a child. I just had a post up not too long ago, if you guys want to check it out, of a guy who literally called his son and told him on the phone, "I'm not coming to get you anymore. I'm not going to see you anymore because your mother put me on child support." So once again, I understand the facts and what Kevin is saying, but I also understand, you know, unfortunately, we don't, you know, a lot of times in our communities, we don't see that. We don't see those facts. I can probably say, you know, I know a lot of black married couples that live in the suburbs that, you know, their mentality and their construct to how they're raising their kids is totally different, you know what I'm saying, than in the community, in our urban communities. But you have the suburbs and you have the urban communities, and in the urban communities, they're not seeing a lot of fathers in the households.
Coming over to black men, because black men are more willing to even work with women because most come from patriarchy. Could it have been true? Not in the ways it's been said. No. No, the data's there, ma'am.
The data is there for 2021, but I'm thinking about
young lady, are you in college?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe I should rephrase that. May I rephrase that?
You don't. I'm gonna try to help you.
Okay.
You don't know what you're talking about. You know what you've been told.
Jesus.
Right.
You've been told that black men are not up to par, and that's not true.
Well, but then I have my experience and like everyone.
Ma'am,
Not
54% of black men are single and childless. That means there can't be a plethora of deadbeat dads, with over half of black men have no children. 61% are in the middle class. 30% of black men are married. That means the bulk of the children in the black community are being made by roughly less than 20% of the men. You cannot say that black men and the stereotype of the deadbeat dad is accurate. It's not even precise. It's simply untrue.
Of what percentage of?
It's simply untrue. 54% single, childless. 30% married. That's 84%, right? That's 84%, right?
Okay.
That means 16% of men roughly account for the lion's share of the children in the black community. What percentage of black children in the black community are born into a single parent household?
That is the question I was.
80%.
Okay.
80%. 80%. 80%. And now these men, single parent household means unmarried, right?
Right.
Right. And these women are having children with men who have children with other women. 54% of black men are single and childless. So you have less than 20% of the men making all these kids with women who know these men are not married to their baby mama, and they're choosing to lay down and choosing to carry a child to pregnancy and choosing to be a single parent. The largest group of first-time mothers, single mothers, are college-educated women in their 30s.
Right. So we're talking about
the myth of the deadbeat dad is untrue. And what state do you live in?
New Jersey.
Go down to your local family court on any Tuesday and sit in family court for 30 days, and you will see what happens to men when they go to court. Women can go to court right now and they don't have to have any money. They get represented by the state. Men have to come up with tens of thousands of dollars just to try to get custody. Watch the channel. I don't want to. There's just so much in this. When you say deadbeat,
All right, well, I'm gonna correct him. It doesn't take tens of thousands of dollars to take your child to court and get custody, depending on your state and depending on how you do it, because you can do it yourself. You can, as well as I believe you can also file to be, indigent. So you can even file to be indigent. It might take a little bit longer, but I know in my state you can file to be indigent and say that you don't, you know, if you ain't got no money, if you ain't making no money, you know, you can file to be indigent and still try to file to get custody for your child. So no, it doesn't take tens of thousands of dollars, and I just wanted to correct that because I don't want men thinking that, you know, if they want to get custody of their child, that's what it's going to take. Now, if you, depending on what type of case you got, depending on if you need to get a lawyer. Now, if you need to get a lawyer, then yes, your budget may get up into the tens of thousands depending on what it is you're trying to do. But if you're just trying to go to court and get custody or to get joint custody, then it's usually just a fee and you got to fill out some paperwork. Now, I'm not going to lie, they definitely make you jump through hoops. They make you fill out a gang of paperwork. They make you do another paternity